Nigerian College of Education deserted over herdsmen killing as residents of Eha Amufu communities flee in droves. The Federal College of Education, Eha Amufu in Enugu State, has been deserted as students of the institution trooped home for fear of being killed in the herdsmen's crisis, Sahara reporters learned on Tuesday. Sahara reporters gathered that to make matters worse, the abandoned houses are now vulnerable as criminals vandalize properties and cart away personal belongings of the displaced Eha Amufu residents. A trader, one Asoga Ineka, a settler in Eha Amufu, narrated that criminals broke through all the shops in their line on Sunday looking for money and other items. She stated that food items were stolen by the burglars. The latest attack by the herdsmen on Sunday had claimed the lives of 7 people, including 2 leaders of a vigilance group that had been protecting the community. Was the last strike that broke the camel's back. The unending attacks forced the remaining residents to flee the entire town, leaving it desolate. A cleric, one Pastor Emeka, told Sahara reporters on Tuesday morning that people were moving out of the community like exodus. My brother, what is happening in Eha Amufu this morning is an exodus. It appeared that security agencies brought to Eha Amufu are here to supervise the final destruction of Eha Amufu. People are leaving to God knows where. This is the final burial of Eha Amufu, yet we have a government in Enugu State. So, of course, a lot of residents and people just giving their narrative, saying that, we have just in rural residents, we have a mother that has given her account of what has been happening, and and one of the interviewees or those that had given account of this event, they have been survivors of the December 8th gruesome attack on the community by Fulani herdsmen. So what you then have is these individuals are giving account of previous, I guess, consistent attacks, and so yes, this is literally the final strike that has broken the camel's back, because for a community to be left desolate and people are running, literally escaping, it shows that, okay, fine, there have been a series of attacks that have been going on, but of course, that sense of urgency, when you have an abrupt sense of urgency, that obviously, it says a lot about, the state of security in that area. Of course, it is absolutely sad, especially as, I don't know, maybe just during or closer to Christmas time or closer to the end of the year, it is not unusual to hear of attacks like this, to be honest. It is definitely unusual to hear of attacks like this, and so, of course, it is very sad since the time where people are celebrating, as with the usual Igbo culture of going back home for Christmas. This is something that a lot of people, but definitely it's very sad, and it's not even, you now have alleged Fulani herders that are causing this havoc consistently, and then you have herdsmen. So now it's not even, it's like we're going back to how the attacks were in the past of major suspects of attacks in the southeast just always being the herdsmen or other Fulani herdsmen or unknown gunmen. It's just very sad, to be honest. And this is not the time you have communities leaving. I mean, the pictures here literally just show nothing. You just see buildings, or I guess makeshift, buildings with wood and zinc, iron sort of roofing. So really, what this is it is very sad. And the most unfortunate thing is, yes, we can then say we have a government, we have this, but of course, more importantly, it is the timing of these events. I mean, we're going closer to the new year, and lives are still being lost. Not that lives are not being lost in any other time of the year, but this time is literally, we're ending the year, it is Christmas time, and of course, right now, it is a major target if you have really bad intentions. and especially going to the southeast and understanding that there's actually an influx of people going into the southeast to celebrate Christmas. So the havoc that that and well, a criminal would intend to to actually do is then magnified because the population is higher, and then of course it sort of spreads even more, and then that fear and then insecurity mentally affects those that are in those communities. So yes, that's why it's daunting, because of course look at the timing. We're going into the new year. It is Christmas time, so it is very sad. It is very, very sad. Um, well, the comments here. First of all, someone says even these people are still preaching APC. Well done. Who knows which community that is the next? I mean, it is what it is. Your community may be the next one. Okay, now you have back and forth with people. It's very sad because rather than focusing on the situation at hand, people then going to APC or PDP, and then it becomes a back and forth as to who's supporting who, and then it becomes a personal insult. Now you have an individual saying it is going to be your community next, which is statements you just cannot be making. It does not make sense. Why would you make a comment like that? We just need to be aware, especially on online, that these are sensitive times, and you don't just say things foolishly. Well, as some people will say, "Come and beat me, I'm in my house." So you being online and your identity being hidden gives confidence for you to talk very insensitively about situations that are very sad, of course. Anyways, a lot of things are going on right now with the elections, or with potential rallies going on, and of course the APC, PDP, Labour Party, other parties that I don't even know their names, and the interaction between these parties, and of course the competition is getting more intense. And so yes, it's not good, because this is all ammunition that the opposition parties can use against the ruling party, which is APC, and say, well, look at this, even during Christmas time we have such high insecurity. And then it also goes into the conversation of Biafra, it goes into the conversation of the ESN, because again, this is like a repeat of the past. In the southeast, we had a lot of killings, which were attributed, or actually mainly the suspects were flying herdsmen or non-gunmen, and these suspects are labeled to have been from the north. And so what has now happened is it brought a rise against vigilante groups, which is why you can even see two people that have died were actually head of vigilance groups. So it's already a thing where it's like you can't depend on your government to protect you. You protect yourself. Individuals are doing it by vigilante groups, and you also have ESN, IPOB's ESN, which at the time, when this seems like a really repeat of the past, because they were actually very effective in chasing herdsmen away. But it seems like this is a continued theme from the past, and in a way, maybe we can also kind of predict what can happen. But really, it is not looking good for this community. But if you can, don't forget to like and subscribe.